Something huge is happening in the economy right now, and it's creating this massive divide in people's careers. It all boils down to one big question we're going to tackle today. Why are some salaries suddenly going through the roof while others are kind of just stuck? Well, the answer has everything to do with AI. So, get this. Here's a real-world story. A marketing manager, 5 years of great experience, gets her annual review. The result? A 2% raise. Bumps her up to 83 grand. Okay. Meanwhile, one of her old teammates who jumped into an AI-focused marketing role just a year and a half ago, her pay explodes by 134% to over $195,000. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's a one-off, she got lucky. But here's the thing, it's not. This story is not an outlier. This is the new economic reality that's taking shape in all kinds of industries. It's the start of a really, really big trend. So, what we're looking at here is what we're calling the Great Salary Divide. You can literally see two different career paths opening up, and the money gap between them is getting wider fast. Let's dig into the numbers, because they tell a pretty wild story. All right, first up, let's talk about content writing. Your traditional content writer makes, on average, about $45,000 a year. But the person with AI skills, the AI content orchestrator, is pulling in an average of $105,000. That is a huge 133% premium for someone who can design and manage the AI systems that create amazing content at scale. And we see the exact same thing happening with SEO. A traditional SEO specialist, focused on keywords and ranking, makes about $62,000. But the new role, this search ecosystem strategist who uses AI to manage the whole modern search world, we're talking voice search, AI-generated answers, the whole nine yards, their salary is nearly double, a 90% premium. Yeah, the pattern here is pretty clear, right? Your classic social media manager earning around 52,000, well, that role is transforming into the community psychologist strategist. This new job uses AI to understand what a community is really thinking and feeling, predicting trends, and it commands a 92% pay bump. Okay, so the big question is why? Why is this happening? What's really driving this massive gap in salaries? And it's not just hype. It really comes down to two key economic ideas. First, and this is the big one, is something called the value creation multiplier effect. This isn't about working harder, it's about changing the game entirely. See, a traditional professional creates linear value. It's like 1 hour of your time equals 1 unit of output. But an AI-enhanced pro, they design systems that create exponential value. This slide really makes it click. Think about it. A traditional marketer works hard, and they create one really good campaign. Great. But an AI orchestrator designs a system that can create, test, and fine-tune hundreds of different campaigns all at once, totally on its own. The value they create isn't just a bit more. It's not even in the same league. The other piece of the puzzle? It's classic supply and demand. Right now, there is a huge shortage of people who actually have these new AI orchestration skills. So companies are fighting over this tiny talent pool, and that's driving salaries right through the roof. All right, so we get why this is happening. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Where is the money? What are the specific jobs and industries where you can see this AI premium in action right now? And we're going to start with a field that is being totally turned on its head, biotechnology. People are calling it a cognitive industrial revolution. AI is speeding up how we discover new drugs and treatments, and it's creating some incredibly well-paid new jobs. Just look at this table. It tells the whole story. You've got the AI drug discovery scientist, pulling in up to 220 grand a year. These are people who can blend computer modeling with life sciences to slash research time. Same thing for biomedical data scientists and biostatisticians, using AI to make clinical trials way more efficient. Okay, next up, let's talk about a field you'd think would be the last to change, law. But things are moving fast. With new rules like the EU AI Act, there's suddenly this huge demand for legal experts who get AI, who can handle the governance, the compliance, the ethics, all of it. And wow, just look at these salary projections for 2026. An IP and AI legal counsel could be making up to $230,000. An AI compliance officer, whose whole job is to make sure the company's AI doesn't get them sued, could earn as much as $220,000. These jobs barely existed a few years ago. And of course, we have to talk about the technical core, right? The AI engineers building all this stuff. But even here, there's a really important difference between just building an AI model and actually making it work in the real world. Sure, a machine learning engineer makes great money, but check this out. The MLOps specialist is earning around $240,000. This is one of the most important jobs out there today. They make sure AI models don't just work in a lab, but work perfectly in a live business environment. Get this, something like 60% of all AI projects fail because they don't have this role locked down. That's some serious job security.
So this all leads to a really important question. Because you can't just put knows AI on your resume and call it a day, right? What are the specific skills that actually get you these premium salaries?
This is where the rubber meets the road. Look at how these specific skills directly boost your paycheck. Getting really good at predictive analytics, that can add up to 40% to your salary. Mastering prompt architecture or systems architecture, another 25 to 35%. These aren't just buzzwords, they are the actual skills that let you build and manage these powerful AI systems. Okay, so when you put all this together, the data, the trends, the salaries, it all points to one thing. It's about a choice, a strategic choice that every single professional is facing right now. It's about how you decide to cross this great salary divide. Look, if you remember just one number from this whole thing, make it this one, 56%. That is the average pay bump that people with these advanced AI skills have over their coworkers in the exact same job who don't have them. That's a pretty clear financial reason to pay attention. And that really brings us to the final, most important idea here. In this new economy, you're either one of two things. On one side, you have the executor. They're the ones doing the tasks, many of which are going to be automated or assisted by AI. And on the other side, you have the orchestrator. They're the ones designing the systems that do the tasks. The value, the job security, and the big salary, it's all with the orchestrator. So, as we wrap this up, it really all comes down to a choice for you and your career. So the question for you is simple. In this new age of AI, which one are you going to be? The executor or the orchestrator?